Howdy, this is Mackenzie Franklin from SideGame LLC here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Today we're going to be organizing Heat, Pedal to the Metal, designed by Asger Harding Granerud and Daniel Skjold Peterson, and published by Days of Wonder. This is a fully sleeved copy of the game with no lid lift that's organized to get gameplay started as soon as possible. If you have any questions about what you see here, please let me know down in the comments below, and for links to everything that I talk about in this video, please take a look in the description. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please make sure that you do. It is the best way to help us grow, and for those of you already subscribed, thank you so much for the continuous support. Let's get started organizing Heat, Pedal to the Metal. Let's start by lifting off the lid, and you'll see that we have all of the rulebooks on top. There are two distinct rulebooks for the game, one for your introductory game, and then one that introduces all of the expansion modules. Use these when you're comfortable. Underneath the rulebooks, you'll have all of the mats in the game. Starting off with your player mats, you'll have 6 of these, indicated by the color on top here. Deal 1 to each player. You'll have space for your deck, your heat reserve, as well as your discard pile, and your current speed level. So give 1 of those to each player. Next up, we have 2 separate mats for some of the expansion modules, starting off with the Championship module mat, as well as the Legends module mat for solo play. Underneath your mats, you'll have your 2 double-sided game boards. You have 4 different racetracks to choose from. Go ahead and open that up and put it in the center of the table. Underneath all of the boards and mats, we have an included insert. Notice there's no customization or modification. This insert is perfect as it is. Do not make any changes. Excellent job, Days of Wonder, with this production. The insert is separated into 3 different sections, with this right section having all of your player decks. Now there's 6 identical player decks here, as well as 2 empty spots here for future expansions, seeing as there's also missing cars and missing gear pawns, so I'm sure they will fill these in the future. We'll take a look at one of the decks because they are identical, and then you can copy that for the rest. Let's take a look at the deck here, and inside you'll see that we have all of our speed cards for the different colors. So this is all for yellow, and then you'll go on to your heat cards, and you'll need 6 of these. After the heat, you'll have 3 of the stress cards, and the reason that we actually use 6 and 3 is because of the way that the maps tell you how to populate your deck. Each will tell you how many heat and stress, and in the core box here, each map says 6 heat, 3 stress. Now this can change based on the weather and road conditions, so make sure to change your deck based on whatever those say. And lastly, we have your starting upgrade cards if you're deciding to not use that garage module. So each deck will have those special cards as well as all of the speed cards for the color. We'll just go ahead and slot that back in here. Now's a good time to talk about the sleeves that we use for the game. I always recommend the standard American Gamegenic matte sleeves. I love the way that they have a matte finish so they don't glare, and it's excellent for shuffling. Love the feel of these sleeves, and they're my go-to brand for standard American size. Once again, link to everything that I talk about here in the description below. Moving on to the middle section here, we have all of our cars in the different player colors, the gear pawns in the different player colors, and then a D6 that we've included to help us see what current lap that we're on. Now, it's a great way to visualize where everybody is on the board. And lastly, we have our championship system press corner standees in here. You can leave them fully assembled. And of course, lastly, a silica gel packet for freshness. We'll go ahead and return our silica gel packet, our press corner standees here in this large spot in the insert, and then our D6. And that brings us to our last section here, starting out at the top with all of your garage module cards. Now you can separate these from basic as well as the advanced based on that little marker here, but you'll shuffle them up and then you'll be able to customize your car as you see fit with a draft system before the race begins. Amazing module. Our next slot here has all of our championship system sponsorship cards. They have this brown background. Go ahead and put them in this section here. Our next section has your remaining heat and stress cards. These are aside from the ones that start in your deck. You'll make sure to have the stress cards available as you can accumulate more as you play. Our last set of cards here has the remainder of our module cards. We have all of our Legends cards, our event cards, and lastly, our track cards. Continuing with the module components, we have a score pad for the game, as well as a laminated copy. And then all of the tokens required for your weather, as well as your road modules. So these are your weathers that are going to be active that may modify that heat deck. And then lastly, your different road conditions that you'll use to populate the board that add even more modifiers based on where you're actually going as you play. So go ahead and populate the board with those if you're playing with those modules. And that is everything inside of the box for Heat, Pedal to the Metal. Let's go ahead and pack it up. We'll start off with those road condition tokens and put them into this bottom area. We'll return our weather tokens to this bottom section, as well as our score pad and laminated score pad. We'll have our Legends, Event, and Track cards in the next section, followed by our remaining Stress and Heat, all of our sponsorship cards, and then all of our garage module cards. We'll put those game boards back on top. On top of those, we'll put our module as well as our player mats. And lastly, our advanced play rulebook and beginner rulebook. And that is organizing Heat Pedal to the Metal. If you have any questions about what you saw here, please let me know down in the comments below. How do you organize your copy of Heat Pedal to the Metal? What do you think of the game so far? Is this your favorite racing game of all time? What do you think of the different modules and the Heat system in general? We'd love to hear what you think. But thank you so much for watching SideGame Strong.